ZakuII F2, Earth Federation. Greetings YouTubers and Gundam fans alike, Legend Books here, back again with another Gundam model review, this time with the high-grade Universal Century 1:144 scale MS-06F2 ZakuII F2 Earth Federation type. I guess we can start with a bit of backstory of this mobile suit. It was seen with the GPO-1 in 0083 Stardust Memory Gundam series, and the thing about these is these are actually captured units left over from 1 year war. They're used on the Torrington base by the Federation soldiers and test pilots for training. The eventual theft of the GPO-2, however, led it to see actual combat, and it's piloted by Ensign Chuck Keith. Checking out the box, you can see a nice shot of the Zaku itself, the name alongside the series it comes from, which was actually not shown in the GPO-1, and a nice picture of the GPO-1 itself. Checking out this side of the box, you can see it is 107 in high-grade Universal Century series of models and sells for 1,500 Japanese yen, which converts to $18.68 US. Here we have the manual showing the ZakuII completed and painted and lined by a professional. It's also a 4-page layout. It shows the Zaku here with all the weapons and accessories it comes with. A small ribbon showing all the other suits that are included in the 0083 line of models, excluding the GPO-2. The first page is actually full color, which is very nice. Nice touch. I don't think they've shown it in other model kits. On this page you see the trays that you get alongside with the directions. On the back, some more shots of the Zaku, including the back shot, some of the weapons and accessories, including the 3 different types of helmets, the swiveling hip, and the color guide. So I guess we can start with articulation. First off, the head is on 2 joints. It can go forward and back, that chicken's head style. It can go up and down just a little bit. It can rotate 360 degrees. You have to be a little careful since the head's a little bit, Zaku shaped. You can turn left and right and kind of swivel left and right. I don't know if you can see that. The reason is because the head is actually ball and socket in the neck and a ball and socket in the head, which is really cool. There's no waist articulation really, except for maybe a small side-to-side action forward and back that can't really rotate that much. The armor here is on a polycap hinge, and so you can lift that up and make it go about this far. It is a ball and socket inside the torso and can bend forward and back. It can rotate below the shoulder and bends 1 joint at the elbow. The hands can rotate and swivel. And these hands are actually 2 halves. They're the new kind of high-grade hands. They're shown up later in the series, unlike the GPO-1's hands, where they're just like a back plate and the rest of the fist. The waist is on that new kind of double O joint where it can move back and forth separate from the hip. The front skirts are able to move forward about this high. They move together. The side skirts can move about this far. The legs can move up about this far. Can move back until they hit the back skirt. The knees can bend 2 joints, but can only go 90 degrees. But the knees, I find, are really they're not like loose, but they're not too tight. They're just perfect for high grade. The elbows are the same. They're almost like they don't have polycaps. They're little bitty polycap rings on the inside of the construct of the elbow and the knee, and they just work perfectly. There's no like classic polycaps that they're used to, and they just work. The ankles are, I think, 2 joints. There's an ankle joint up in the shin here, which can make it go forward and back, side to side, and rotate on that. There's a lower joint in the foot where it can move forward and back, side to side, and rotate. And the thing about this is you can pull them out and pull them back, and they can go forward really far, and they can point down pretty far, and they're able to go side to side really far. And if you noticed the pose I had it in earlier, where it was kind of leaning like this and it had its leg bent like it was running, this thing has some great balance. There's no real offset. There's no huge bulk on one side that pushes it off center. It's able to hold its weight very easily, and so it's just really fantastic for a small high-grade kit. And it's probably one of the better Zakus I've seen. It's definitely a lot better than those loose messes that come from the Seed line anyway. Starting with accessories, we've got the Zaku machine gun that comes with a separate trigger finger hand for both this and the other machine gun. Has a removable scope. movable handle here, and a separatable clip, and actually comes with a spare clip you can put on the skirts of the Zaku if you choose. You can put it on the back if you'd like. It's where I always store mine. It comes with another machine gun. I believe this is 100mm, where the Zaku's 120. I'm not quite sure. Comes with a heat hawk, which I have colored and slightly painted. It comes with 2 missile pods, one for each leg, that you can put on the legs if you choose to. I decided to keep them off, just it kind of adds a little bit of extra bulk to it. It has 3 helmets. It's wearing the flat one, and it also comes with one with metal plates on the top, and one with a commander's fin. The last accessory is a small open hand used to cradle the 100mm machine gun. If you want to weaponize this guy, all you've got to do is take the 2 halves of the trigger finger hand, and you will see a small slot here, and that is because there are tabs on both the Zaku machine gun and the 100mm shotgun or machine gun that just fits into the hand like that and stays very secure. You just take the other half and fit it on, and it's good to go. Nice and sturdy, no shaking, no wobbling. Here you can see the Zaku all armed up. The missile pods, all you do is just take off the leg and slide them down the leg, and the gravity holds it in place pretty well, but they can be a little loose. I find if you try to finagle with it a little bit too much. The legs do rotate at the hip, so if you want to have the Zaku's legs offset a little bit, as if he's, in a turn or something, that'll work too. And you can see here with a 100mm machine gun, that open palm I mentioned, he's able to cradle the gun like he's, getting ready to either shoot or just kind of holding it at ease, and the shoulders do come forward a little bit. They're able to bring the arms not necessarily across the chest, but close enough where he can hold its weapon. Something I forgot to mention about the head is that you see a little tab under here, and if you move that with your fingernail or a small piece of plastic, you can actually move the mono eye left and right. And it's done by just using a small black wheel. If I can get the helmet off, I seem to be wanting to cooperate here. Anyway, so the eye is just one large black wheel within inside the head of the Zaku, and the tab fits through this little slot here and is able to move left and right with your fingernail. And I thought it was a really interesting little gimmick, especially for a head that is as small as it is. Alright, so some final thoughts. This is definitely a great little addition to a 0083 collection. It's a great companion to a GPO-1 or GPO-2 or GM Type C if you already have those kits. The joints are definitely very nice. They aren't tight or too loose. It's got some great articulation or range of motion, some great gimmicks, and great accessories, a good number of them. And so it's definitely a kit that you should definitely pick up at your greatest and soonest opportunity. And so this is Legend Books, signing off.